Good afternoon. Before beginning today's event, we would like to recognize the presence of Kim Swan, the Honorable Kim Swan, the Honorable Wayne Parent Chief, Minister of National Security, the Honorable Dame Jennifer Smith, Minister of Education, and any other guests that are here today, as well as MPs and senators. The Youth Parliament of Bermuda has worked hard so far throughout the course of this year, gathering research, debating controversial topics, and brainstorming ideas to move our country forward. However, all of this hard work would be to no avail if we did not put our recommendations forward. Therefore, we as youth parliamentarians believe that it is our duty to ensure that our voices are heard by those who can bring change to our country, our leaders. And so today, at the official residence of the Premier, youth ministers will make proposals to you, our leaders, our government, and the people of Bermuda. Whether or not these ideas become a reality, we certainly thank you for taking the time to listen to us as young leaders who are striving to make our country a better place. Without further ado, on behalf of the Youth Parliament of Bermuda, I would like to welcome all of you to this prestigious event. Once again, thank you for coming.
Good evening all. Protocol already having been established, my name is Meredith Gillespie and I'm the Shadow Minister of the Environment. Currently in Bermuda, there is a minimal presence of energy sources other than electricity. The fact that we are, as an island, are only 21 square miles long does pose its challenges in terms of introducing other forms of energy, but the placement of solar energy panels on homes and businesses around the island is already evidence that alternative forms of energy can, must, and shall be put into place before our dependence on electricity alone creates a serious problem for our country. The application of recycling programs in schools, more sustainable ways of traveling around Bermuda, and the utilization of hydroelectric power or solar panels as alternative types of energy should be implemented to address the problem at hand. So the Youth Ministry of Energy and the Environment aims to establish sustainable solutions to problems addressing our island today. In regards to energy and the environment, the issue that we would like to address is the implementation of programs to increase the sustainability of Bermuda's environment. We plan on implementing these programs by introducing alternative energy resources that are appropriate for our island community, improving the availability of recycling in schools and energy-efficient vehicles, and the introduction of more effective waste disposal methods. So, there needs to be an introduction of alternative energy sources, but certain statistics from the Bermudian Government Department of Energy Research report highlight the issues with our renewable energy resource mandate currently, indicating that approximately 39% of residents report being aware of the government's solar photovoltaic rebate initiative, and 57% of residents are open to the use of offshore wind turbines, assuming that they would be located several miles out to sea. The Bermudan government also needs to explore the implementation of more effective waste disposal methods. The dump as a method of waste disposal is not the most environmentally friendly way of getting rid of the waste. It creates pollution which has negative effects on the endemic species of Bermuda, like the Bermuda skink. Improving the availability of recycling in schools and energy-efficient vehicles is essential because there are very few, if any, recycling programs in the schools at the moment, which poses a serious problem due to the fact that the average secondary school produces 22 kilograms of waste per pupil per academic year. Furthermore, there's a sincere problem with the amount of pollution and traffic congestion that the cars in Bermuda produce, with 2,300 vehicles per square mile here. A refocusing of the public's attention and interest into a different type of energy than those commonly proposed before is important. Tidal energy would be beneficial to our community. We as an island are suitable for tidal energy as a result of our location in the Atlantic Ocean. Also, with the use of helical turbines, which are relatively inexpensive to manufacture, it produces 10 amperes per hour per day, which as a sole energy source may not be the most viable option. But in coordination with other renewable resources, it may be just what we need to keep in line with the necessary target of 30% of total energy electrical requirements to be obtained from renewable energy, resources by 2020, according to the Green Energy White Paper. A country which uses tidal energy successfully is France. They use turbine generators, which produce an annual output of around 600 million kilowatt hours on average, of electricity on average. This was used on the Rance River, and our size as an island does pose some challenges, but further research into this method of energy would be beneficial to Bermuda. In terms of school recycling, the implementation of recycling bins in school and collaboration between the refuse collectors and the workers at the school to collect the recycled material and dispose of it properly is crucial. Also, in the future, more specific recycling methods should be implemented, with several subdivisions of recyclable material to be divided up, much like it was done in Toronto, Ontario, in Canada at the moment, and in the United States. Furthermore, there is no source of income that the island is receiving for its waste at present. At the moment, many of the American container line companies are returning home with empty containers, when in fact, if we use compression techniques on the trash and sent them back to the United States, we can make a profit on an otherwise cost and effective method of waste disposal. All in all, there are several methods which could be employed in Bermuda with minimal impact due to the uniqueness provided by our small island stature. With further research into these techniques, they can be implemented and help the environment by reducing our carbon footprint as an island. Thank you.
Protocol already being established. I'm Rory Caslin, Youth Minister of Energy and the Environment. In regards to the environment, the issue I'd like to address is the dredging of the town cut in St. George's. The St. George's town cut is already too small to allow for a majority of the cruise ships in the global market to enter into St. George's. There are currently 165 cruise ships in the global market, of which 139 models cannot fit through the town cut. Bermuda needs to be able to meet the tourism industry's needs because it's one of the leading industries in the world. It is also a principal mean of tourism in Bermuda, next to air travel. If Bermuda's shipping channels were large enough to accommodate the larger scale cruise ships that are now being built, it would improve Bermuda's tourism industry, help stimulate the economy, and improve local businesses. In the upcoming years, the cruise ships that are small enough to fit through Bermuda's shipping channels will be replaced with larger models that hold more people. Dredging the town cut will allow Bermuda to benefit greatly from the increase of income coming from the cruise ship industry. Currently, 84% of cruise ships, only 26 of the smaller models can fit in, which is 16%. This makes Bermuda a less likely candidate for the cruise companies. As a result of the lack of tourism, many shops in St. George's are closing down. The negative effects of this project include the elimination of reefs in the area of Horseshoe, Higgs, and Hen Island, along with the islands. It will cost between $40 to $70 million to expand Town Cut. And if a solution isn't found to accommodate the increasing size of cruise ships in the global market, which cannot fit through our shipping channels, then many more businesses in St. George's will close down. The cruise ships will be less likely to come to Bermuda, which would have a detrimental effect on the tourism industry. A possible solution that would allow Bermuda to accommodate the larger cruise ships is to use former St. George's Mayor Henry Hayward's idea to build a pier at Murray's Anchorage instead of dredging the town cut. Bermuda would still benefit from having the same amount of tourists coming into the island without destroying the 3 nature reserves and Bermuda's treasured reefs. Due to cold water in the winter, Bermuda coral grows at a slower rate than it would in warmer water. In warmer water, it grows from 0.8 millimeters a year to 80 millimeters a year, meaning it took decades for our coral reefs to be created, and if destroyed, it would take decades to grow back. With the destruction of the reefs also comes with the destruction of numerous marine life and the habitat of many species that call Hen, Higgs, and Horseshoe Island their home. The benefits of Murray's Anchorage, it would also cost less money and it would still bring in $33 million extra annual income from the cruise ships. The town of St. George's will be visited more often because it would be closer than dockyards in Hamilton, giving it still a boost in business as well. The benefits of having a pier at MERS Anchorage outweigh the costs and the potential environmental destruction from dredging the town cut, and would also mean that Bermuda would still benefit from the economic boost from the cruise ships in the form of port tax and passenger spending on land. The cruise ship industry is expanding, and Bermuda needs to be able to accommodate these larger ships if we'd like to benefit from the cruise ship industry. However, these benefits should not come at the cost of our environment being destroyed. Thank you.